the heart of Winter Wonderland stood a magnificent ice palace where the Snow Princess, named Seraphina, resided. Seraphina was beloved by all who knew her. She had a kind heart, a gentle spirit, and the power to control the snow, and her long, flowing hair was as white as the snow, and her eyes sparkled like sapphires. She wore a gown woven from the finest frost, and a crown of ice adorned her head. Every winter, Seraphina would bring joy to her kingdom by creating beautiful snowflakes and enchanting snowstorms that filled the skies with wonder. One day, as Seraphina was walking through the enchanted forest that surrounded her palace, she heard the faint sound of crying. Following the sound, she came upon a small girl, no older than 7, shivering and lost. The girl had rosy cheeks and curly brown hair, and her eyes were filled with tears. "Hello there," Seraphina said softly, kneeling beside the girl. "What is your name, and why are you so far from home?" The girl sniffled and looked up at Seraphina with wide eyes. "My name is Lila. I got lost while playing with my friends, and now I can't find my way back." Seraphina's heart melted at the sight of the frightened child. "Don't worry, Lila. I'll help you find your way home. But first, let's get you warmed up." With a wave of her hand, Seraphina conjured a soft, warm blanket made of snowflakes that wrapped around Lila, instantly warming her. She then created a small, glowing snowball that emitted a gentle heat and handed it to the girl. As they walked through the forest together, Seraphina told Lila stories of the Winter Wonderland and the magical creatures that lived there. Lila's fear slowly melted away, replaced by a sense of wonder and excitement. She listened intently as Seraphina spoke of the snow elves, who built intricate ice sculptures, and the frost fairies, who painted the frost patterns on windows. Soon, they arrived at a cozy cottage nestled at the edge of the forest. Smoke curled from the chimney, and the warm glow of a fire could be seen through the windows. Lila's face lit up with joy. "That's my home. Thank you, Princess Seraphina." Before Lila could run to the door, Seraphina placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Wait, Lila, I have a gift for you." She handed the girl a small, intricately carved ice pendant in the shape of a snowflake. "This will remind you of our adventure and the magic of Winter Wonderland." Lila hugged Seraphina tightly. "Thank you, Princess. I will never forget you." As Lila disappeared into the warmth of her home, Seraphina felt a sense of fulfillment. She knew that she had made a difference in the life of a child, and that was the greatest magic of all. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Winter Wonderland continued to thrive under Seraphina's gentle rule. But one day, a dark cloud appeared on the horizon. It was the work of the Frost Sorcerer, a powerful and malevolent being who sought to plunge Winter Wonderland into eternal darkness. The Frost Sorcerer had once been a wise and kind ruler of a neighboring kingdom, but his heart had turned cold with envy of Seraphina's powers and the joy she brought to her people. Consumed by his desire for power, he had turned to dark magic, transforming himself into a sinister figure clad in icy robes, with eyes as cold and empty as the deepest winter night. Determined to protect her kingdom, Seraphina gathered her closest allies: Frosty, the leader of the snow elves; Glacier, the queen of the frost fairies; and Blizzard, her loyal and majestic ice wolf. Together, they devised a plan to confront the Frost Sorcerer and put an end to his evil schemes. As they journeyed through the frozen wilderness, they encountered numerous challenges. The Frost Sorcerer had set traps of black ice that threatened to ensnare them, and fierce snowstorms that sought to separate them. But Seraphina's unwavering courage and the unwavering loyalty of her friends saw them through. Finally, they reached the Frost Sorcerer's lair, a towering fortress of dark ice that loomed ominously against the stormy sky. Seraphina took a deep breath and stepped forward, her friends close behind her. The air was thick with tension as they entered the fortress, the cold seeping into their bones. In the heart of the fortress, they found the Frost Sorcerer seated upon a throne of black ice. He sneered at Seraphina, his voice dripping with malice. "So, the Snow Princess has come to challenge me. How quaint." Seraphina stood tall, her eyes blazing with determination. "You will not harm my kingdom, Sorcerer. Winter Wonderland will never fall to your darkness." The Frost Sorcerer laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the cavernous hall. "We shall see, Prince." With a flick of his wrist, he unleashed a torrent of dark magic. Seraphina countered with her own, creating a dazzling display of ice and snow. The battle raged on, each clash of their powers sending shockwaves through the fortress. Frostine, Glacier, and Blizzard fought valiantly against the sorcerer's minions, their combined strength and unity shining brightly against the encroaching darkness. As the battle reached its peak, Seraphina felt her strength waning. The Frost sorcerer's power was immense, and she knew she needed to end this quickly. Summoning every ounce of her magic, she created a massive ice mirror and held it up before the sorcerer. "Look at yourself," she cried. "Look at what you've become." The Frost sorcerer paused, his eyes narrowing as he gazed into the mirror. For a moment, he saw the reflection of the kind ruler he had once been. The sight of his former self, and the stark contrast to the monster he had become, pierced through the darkness that had clouded his heart. In that moment of hesitation, Seraphina seized her chance. She cast a spell of pure, radiant light that enveloped the sorcerer, dissolving the darkness within him. As the light faded, the Frost sorcerer fell to his knees, his icy exterior melting away to reveal the man he once was. Tears filled his eyes as he looked up at Seraphina. "What have I done? I'm so sorry." Seraphina approached him and placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "It's never too late to change. You can still make amends." The Frost sorcerer nodded, his heart heavy with remorse. He vowed to use his powers for good and to help Seraphina restore the balance he'd disrupted. With the threat of the Frost sorcerer gone, Winter Wonderland flourished once more. The skies cleared, and the sun shone brightly upon the kingdom. The inhabitants rejoiced, their hearts filled with gratitude for Seraphina and her friends. Seraphina continued to rule with kindness and wisdom, her love for her people and her land growing stronger each day. And though the memory of the Frost sorcerer's darkness lingered, it served as a reminder of the power of forgiveness and the enduring strength of light and love. In the years that followed, Winter Wonderland became even more magical. Lila grew up, often visiting the Ice Palace to share stories with Seraphina and learn the ways of the winter magic. The Snow Princess and the former Frost sorcerer worked together to create new wonders, their combined magic bringing forth the most spectacular displays of the Northern Lights and the most intricate ice sculptures ever seen. And so, the tale of the Snow Princess and the Winter Wonderland was passed down through generations, a story of bravery, redemption, and the timeless beauty of a world where winter's magic never fades.